Good evening. Good evening. How's everyone's evening going? Welcome to another episode of Kitchen Table Conversation. I'm your host, Rodney Pelt. It's so good to see all y'all today. Y'all come on in, come on in, come on in. Like and share, like and share. Uh, Thank you all for joining another episode. This is our midweek special episode where we still highlighting our local politicians, our local officials, our local people that's seeking office in this upcoming election. And we are excited about our guests tonight. We're excited about the two young ladies, dynamic young ladies that are going to be coming on tonight, talking to you for a few minutes, well, for 30 minutes apiece. First, we're going to have Miss Sonya McKinstry, the incumbent in District 7, City Councilwoman, dynamic lady. And we got Miss Q Chandler, first time running District 1 City Council, another dynamic lady in our area. We're going to get started in a few seconds. Before we get started, guys, we got to shout out our sponsor, Michelle Coley and Coley Allstate Agency. Listen, guys, I can't say it enough. Please go by Hargrove Road and visit the Coley Allstate Agency for all your home, auto, and life insurance needs, company needs, liability waivers, all kind of needs. Anything you need, whatever you need, Michelle got it for its insurance. And she can help you out. Listen, Michelle's a great community advocate, a great person at heart. She started a company. Now that she's expanded to other areas of the state, listen, go by and support Michelle Coley right there at Coley Allstate Agency on Hargrove Road. And if you can't stop by, please just hit her up, 205-561-1793. So, guys, I know we didn't had a lot of candidates. We done had Erica Grant, Eric Wilson, Kendra Williams, Norma Young, Sam Badger, Catherine Walden. We done had Eric Gaines. We done had Mr. Boris Hurst. We done had Kip Tyner. We done had Cassius Lanier. We done had Paul Sanders. We done had Leslie Powell. We done had that's it. And tonight, we're going to two dynamic young ladies right here in the city of Tuscaloosa that's doing some great things, regardless whether it's political or not. They're doing some great things. And our first guest we're going to bring on is Miss Sonya McKinstry, the incumbent District 7 right here in the city. Hey, Miss McKinstry, how you doing?
What's going on, Rodney?
Oh, I ain't nothing going on. I'm a little tired, Miss McKinstry. I've been all over the world the last few days. I'm a little tired right now.
I understand you're a celebrity.
No, I ain't no celebrity at all. But I do my thing. I ain't no celebrity at all. How you been, Miss McKinstry?
I've been good. Long day at work, but we can handle it.
Hey, I understand that. So let's just jump right into it because hey, you got a long day and I got a long trip back to Alabama as soon as this is over with. So
that's right.
Yeah, I'm still not at home, but I'm gonna try to be home. Right? I'm tired. I'm tired of laying my own bed.
Well, you have a personal driver and stuff like that, so
Ooh, Warrior can't drive. Warrior, my road dog, he can't drive. He can't ride long. He gonna be asleep. Something for myself. Me and some sunflower seeds and a good Coca-Cola gonna make it over to the house.
I hear you.
All right, let's jump right into this, guys. If you got any comments or questions for Miss McKinstry, please just leave your comments and questions in the lower third down at the bottom. In your comment section, you'll see the number right here in the lower third. Call in. You can call in 205-242-1957 or leave your questions in the comment section. We're gonna jump right into it. Ms. McKinstry, first question. For those that don't know you, and that's probably hard because you're just a rock star. For the ones that don't know you, let us know who Miss Sonya McKinstry is.
Okay, so I'm Sonya McKinstry. I'm serving the end of my second term on the city council. I work in circuit court. I've been there for 24 years. I'm a judicial assistant in circuit court. I actually own my own business, McKinstry Banquet Hall, and it's all about you events with my husband, Daryl McKinstry. We've been married for 27 years, given time served 32 years. We have 6 beautiful children and 8.5 grandchildren. We have a grandbaby, a little beautiful granddaughter that is due any moment now. So we're looking for her probably before election. Her due date is election day, but I think she'll be here next week. But I am excited about serving on the city council. I am currently the finance chair for the city of Tuscaloosa. So I'm really excited about holding that position. That's a strong position in the city of Tuscaloosa and city council. And I'm just happy to be here.
That's good. You say you got 17 grandchildren or seven and eight?
See,
I mean,
see how you acting? 8.5.
oh, 8.5. Well, I got 4, so I'm right there with you. I'm right there
Eight
with you.
and
I'm
a
right there
half.
with you.
So we're excited about the new little grandbaby that is coming.
I tell you,
So
grandchildren are a blessing. I got
they
4, and
are.
I got a little 8-month-old, and she is a darling. She don't like me for nothing though. She see me coming, and she just start hollering. I don't know what the deal is. She don't like me for nothing, but I love her to death. Love her to death.
Yeah.
Actually, my oldest granddaughter's birthday is tomorrow. My
Okay.
oldest grandson's birthday was a few days ago, and
Mm.
2 babies. Well, the next baby, Tristan, birthday is in March. And then the next grandbaby birthday should be a year in May. So
Mm.
man, whew, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Wow. I know, right?
Yeah.
But
So
you can handle it.
Pawpaw gonna be broke.
Paw paw. You paw paw. Okay. I'm glammy.
Glammy. Okay.
Glammy.
All right. Well, yeah.
Mhm.
Y'all grandmama. How about that? Muddy.
What? You breaking up. You breaking up.
All right. What next question? And guys, listen, leave your comments, the question in the comment section, or call in at 205-242-1957. Shout out to everybody that's on tonight. Mike, Chris Hill, Virginia, how y'all doing? Kayla's, how you doing? Linda, how you doing? Raymond, how you doing? All the people that's on, please like and share. Sonya, next question.
Okay.
What are some of your accomplishments over the last 4 years that you're proud to say?
I'm proud of all of the accomplishments we have. We were able to get James Harrison Parkway completed, where they have sidewalks. That road was improved. It addressed some of the drainage issues that was going on in that particular area. So we got James Harrison Parkway completed. We, as you can see, down in place that used to harbor a lot of criminal activity, it has been revitalized. And so, working with that developer, we were able to revitalize that area, and it's immaculate now. We are also working on doing those things in University Manor. Another project that we had done, a lot of people don't understand when you have things that's under the ground that cost millions of dollars. That's a big project, but sometimes people have to see things on top of the ground. But we were able to do a big sewer improvement on 39th Street. That was a huge project that also allowed lines to be placed down on First Avenue and those side streets where people were on septic tanks and now have the opportunity to connect to the city sewer. So we were proud about that. We also did a sewer upgrade on Highland Oaks Drive, where people were having to pay high flood insurance over there. So we were able to do like a drainage study to try to figure out how we can bring them out of the flood zone. And we recognized that we needed to upgrade their sewer line. So we got a new sewer line project that went on Highland Oaks Drive. And then we were able to get funded Cypress Creek Avenue project that is sidewalks, where we started a B, and C, D project there. A started from sidewalks from Southview Elementary School, and then B picked up at Cypress Creek Avenue. And we're currently in the process of doing C. You can see improvement on that sidewalk going on right now. And once that is done, we will start Section D. And these are so important because they were grants that I proceeded to seek for that particular area. It was, the kids were walking in the streets and they had, people wanted to just walk around and have a good walkability. And that's a hilly road. And so we were able to do the sidewalks there. And once we finish with that, that'll go all the way out to Skyland. And then we'll come back and do the other little section that'll take it up to Jug Factory Road. And once we're finished, we'll do the other side of the street. We also were able to get a bus route funded. In the district, we didn't have a bus route that served our particular area. When you talk about going into Jerusalem and those particular areas, so I recognize seeing a lot of people walking early in the morning and in the rain. It didn't matter. There's no lights because that's a road that goes in and out of the city, like it goes city and county. And so you had individuals walking, and they were walking to Skyland to try to get to the closest bus route that they could. And so I recognized that and was able to get a new Skyland bus route funded. So I'm happy, really, really happy about that. And what we recently got completed was the lateral program. We had a lot of individuals that, you know, their sewer lines are connected to each other. So my house would be connected to your house, and then so forth and so forth. And then on up the street, it'll tie into the city sewer. And so it takes about, it's very expensive to create a line to tie straight on to the city. And we have a lot of people that have mixed incomes in our district, and a lot of people who can afford it. So I was able to get $300,000 put into a lateral program that is citywide. And I had one young lady that would always call me because her line was constantly bagging up, and when the neighbor's house would back up, sewage will come back into her house. And so she wasn't able to go out of town thinking her house was going to flood. And as of probably about a month ago, her lateral was completely hooked to the city. And we had about 3 other people in the district, but it's a citywide lateral program that I am really proud to help people that couldn't connect to the city sewer. So we're really proud about that. And then, of course, I initiated to stop the violence by initiating 100 days of nonviolence, something I think that we need to bring back into our community. And so those are just some of the accomplishments. I can go on and on and on, but
no, we ain't got but 30 minutes. We got but 30 minutes.
Yeah, we also did LED lighting. So we upgraded LED lighting throughout the whole district. I've been a true advocate to initiate the pay plan study at the city. We have individuals at the city that really make the wheels on the bus go around, and I feel that they need to be compensated. So I've been very vocal about employee raises and stuff like that. And I know we're going to get into your other questions, and I could talk about
this your 30 minutes. You can do whatever you want. This your 30 minutes.
So some of the other things, Rodney, I think is important is that, when, people look at when your garbage rate was waived, right? That was something that was introduced from me because, when the elevate was proposed, it didn't pass the first time. And so I wanted to bring something to the table as another opportunity, because what would happen if the grocery tax didn't pass? And so I talked to the mayor about it, and that is why we decided to waive the garbage rate. So it was me bringing that to the table, why people garbage rates were waived with this tax increase. So, but I'm super excited about all our drainage projects. We got a lot of drainage issues going on in our district. And so, it's really about revitalizing our neighborhoods, because people want their streets paved. They want lighting they want lighting upgrades in their area. We have some future projects that are coming, but those are just some of the things that we've already done. And I didn't talk about the press release that happened today.
No, we'll go into that on your last question. We'll let you have that one.
Okay.
You talked about, and we got a text just then. You talked about the sewer lines. Um,
Mhm.
and we the other day we had a discussion about on another show. We had a discussion about the people that's in the city that's still on septic tanks, and they
Yeah.
were saying that it's some kind of grant or something. Can you speak to that? So
Well, there is.
people,
It's not a grant.
okay,
It's the lateral program.
okay,
Okay. So, like I was talking about 39th Street. So
mm,
39th Street, that sewer improvement that we did there, there was a young lady that mother lived in my district and she was murdered somewhere else. But I went to her house to pay my condolences. And when I was there, she was saying, well, we got to call Spanky to get the septic tank cleaned out because it's going to be a lot of company. And I was like, septic tank, right here in the middle of
mm,
the city,
mm,
and so they were on septic tank, which really geared me to say, okay, hey, since we're on 39th Street, can we drop some lines down their road to be able to connect? So when I get back to the part about you have a lot of poverty, you can put a line down the road, but people still don't have the means to connect. So with
connect,
this lateral program, it not only fixes, laterals or disconnect you to laterals, but also create a lateral to the city, to the city sewer. So that's the lateral program that I created that I was able to get funded.
mhm,
And every house has up to $10,000 that you can, accommodate. So if you're so say for example, if to connect you was 15,000, then you only have 10,000. But the majority of the people that connect don't be at 10,000. You got to have a whole lot of different issues, but you apply. And so people can apply citywide. You can apply with you can call 311, ask for the Perry Howell's office, and you can apply there with our neighborhood and revitalization department. You can apply there, and every situation is kind of graded a little bit. It's graded according to the age of the home and the impact of
mhm.
what the job is. So, aren't you
So
proud of me? Aren't you
hey,
proud
I'm
of me?
excited. I'm excited about that. That's good for
Yeah,
people that can't afford. Because I know we
that's
lived
right.
in the country and we had to get a septic, and that thing is expensive to keep clean and keep stuff, and that alleviates a big burden on people. And I'm excited about it. So if you need these services, call 311 and ask for Lapeer. How tell him Rodney Pelt told you to call him. It don't matter what it is. Just call and ask him what his shoe size is. That
So
I
funny.
said, call 311 and get those services, guys. You need that.
Yeah. And
That's
you
so
know
good.
what, Rodney? It's like people understand. I think it's important to understand 311 is the most important tool that we have at the city. It allows you to get everything addressed. You can call 205-248-5311. You can have your garbage, it's on the ground, or you have a street light that's out, or you have a pothole. It is to address every issue that you may have. And so when you have these issues and you feel like you're not getting your needs met, you call your council person. That's just like, okay, you're talking to the teacher, and then the teacher don't do right, you go to the principal, right?
Hmm.
So 311 is designed to serve the public.
Okay.
And they have an awesome track record, and then that gives us data, like we have a lot of drainage projects. So what helps us be able to create these drainage projects and create all these different projects is when we pull the data and see, okay, how many people from your district called about this, or how many
Hmm.
people. Everything has a graph. It'll be able to tell you how many who called about a dog that got out, or who called about a pothole, or who called about a street light, or who called. You see what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
311 is amazing. It's amazing. Not only it helps you get your issues addressed, but it also gives the district data.
Okay, that's awesome. So call 311 for all your needs, guys, especially with that drainage project. I mean, the sewer project. If you need that services, please call 311 and ask for the Pier Howard. Tell them I sent you.
Now if you now
He
if you
gonna kill me.
have
He
any
gonna kill me,
issues,
but yeah, tell him I sent you.
but now if you have any issues though, or you feel like you can't, my line is always open, and I can assist them with anything that we definitely need to do because you want to address those things. So they can call me anytime, 205-394-8448. I always return calls and I always answer calls.
That might just be when I call you, you don't return my call. No, I'm just joking.
See
Listen,
how you
we got another question, Sonya. How important is it that you're the chair of the finance committee?
Oh, it's very important. It's very important. Like the top positions in city council is always going to be your council president and your finance chair. Your finance chair is the person that oversees the city's budget. So when the mayor presents his budget to the city council, right? Then it's the council, the city council sits down and they dissect the mayor's budget. And the finance chair oversees that whole process. Okay, so I set the agenda to talk to our finance committee, and it's three people on the committee, and then you have an alternate, and it's the committee that actually approves, amends, and adjusts the mayor's budget. So it's very important because the mayor can present a budget to you, but it's the city council that actually has to give him the authorization to spend the citizens' money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes total sense. The organization, I mean, you always got a finance chair. And I just think it's so dope. I don't know the history of that, but I think it's so dope to have an African-American woman sitting in that position. I think it's so
That's right.
dope. And we need more African-Americans in higher positions, not only in city government, but also in those city salary positions. So,
And it makes a difference because like we're able to take the mayor's budget and we're able to put something in or take something out. And so when like the lateral program, we have $300,000 put into that program. And so when I'm reelected, you got that? Yeah. So when I'm reelected, I'm going to make sure that we continue to put those dollars back into that because we have, $300,000 is a lot, but it's not a whole lot to create to solve all the issues across the whole city, And so we may want to look at putting more in, but we really have to look at what the state of our economy is going to be when we come out of this pandemic.
That's good. That's good. We appreciate all the hard work you had. Listen, one more question before we end it. Now we know that you had this big announcement with the McFarland Mall and all that. Talk to us a little bit about that location and what the future is going to look like with McFarland and Schuyler intersection.
What it's going to look like is it's going to totally transition the look of when you come into the city of Tuscaloosa. So you see the arches that are going on now, which is a state project. So the press conference tonight was introducing the sports facility authority that actually is joined the team to not decide whether there's going to be a sportsplex, but to help design and figure out what all are we going to put in the sportsplex. Did you get that, Rodney? Come back on the screen so I can see your face.
I got it.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I got you.
Not if it's coming, but when it's coming.
Okay.
It's going to tell you. It's going to, and they have been. There's been Zoom meetings after Zoom meetings. I participated in those meetings, and we've engaged local stakeholders. Eric Thompson from the city joined the Zoom meeting. So he's really awesome. We've engaged Northport administration. We've engaged also the university, para, tourism, and sports. So these things are coming. And so when we start talking about the McFarland Mall, I think it's important that people understand that, when you get into these seats, it's about economic growth, economic development, economic advancement. You see what I'm saying? So
Yes.
when we have to come from 7 different parts of the city, and we bring the interest of what's going on in our district to make the city stronger as a whole. And so we have 3 districts that need true revitalization, 1, 2, and 7. And so we have to be able to work together, to be able to make sure that these, as we embellish and elevate the other areas of the city, that we don't leave these areas behind. And so you have to come to the table, and where people don't understand that it's our time to have a true game changer in our district, you have to let them see what you see from your eyes. And people can't see the true needs sometimes because of outside interference. But I tried several years to get the city to buy McFarland Mall property. And let me just stop there for a second. In order for you to be able to control what goes there, the city would have to own that. If you don't own it and you're in that property is zoned for anything, you can only get what's zoned there. So because I couldn't get the 4 votes to buy the property, I didn't give up. We could easily have a shopping center where you see storefronts are closing, and then we could be in the same situation we're in now with storefronts closing, So hey, man. And so when you have this that's going to change the dynamics for the city, that is going to be huge. And not only is it going to change the dynamics for the city, it's going to bring more jobs. It's going to bring more business opportunities. It's going to be able to open up that hub of restaurants that we haven't been able to attract. Dave and Buster's, Ruth Chris, Golden Corral, all these different things that people say that they want, but we haven't had the market to entertain it. So now you have all this opportunity that people are coming to the city of Tuscaloosa for more than Alabama football.
Good. So Sonya, we got. I know you got a lot to talk about. But we got a comment. We got a comment right now from a caller. Okay. Caller, go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Pell. Hey, Sonya, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Hi, this is Callis. I just called to make a comment, and I just want to say I'm a great supporter of Sonya McKinstry. Not that I know her very well. I kind of know her husband more because of the events that we had at McKinstry Hall, which wasn't eloquent. She does the eloquent stuff, that kind of stuff. So, but I have to say, being a citizen right here in District 7, no joke, since I've been here, since 2007, since 2013, I used to be one of those people that worry when I see kids walk into the store, going, to the store. They're in the road. We have sidewalks. They even got a line in it like it's a road, like one get on the left, one get on the right. It is beautiful. We have new paved roads, no potholes. I mean, we got lighting. We have everything in our neighborhood. They dug up my entire front yard just to do the drainage system. And not only that, we have no more flooding. My house, my backyard used to flood in my den and everything. None of that anymore. None of it. You feel bad for people who's walking, standing, all the way on McFarland. Now we have a bus transit right there with cover, no more rain, no more heat. So it's a lot of stuff that she's done, a lot of things that she do that we don't know unless you go read about it or you sit in those meetings that they have. And I sit in a lot of them. I've done that, for decades. But I just want to say that Sonya McKinstry, District 7, she's top notch. She's top notch. My homework as much as I should read more about her. And she is a very compassionate person. And I heard a young lady with that lateral change. She wasn't even in Sonya's district. And I'm like, wow, she's not a person that only cares about District 7. Sonya cares about the city, period. Period. And I'm just speaking the truth. If I wasn't awakened by bulldozers in the morning, I couldn't testify this. I couldn't say these things. We had to park down the street. I never complained. I handed out coffee and Pepsi to our construction workers because I appreciated everything that they did. So, Sonya, I appreciate you. I have faith in you. And I know you're going to hold this position because you're doing the work. It's on the surface. It ain't
Yes,
something
ma'am.
that people actually got to go dig for. It's right there if you open your eyes and see.
Miss Golson, look, you gonna owe me. You gonna have to cash out me for that commercial you just did.
What you need?
That's what I'm talking about. That's right.
Thank you for calling in, Miss Golson. I appreciate you for supporting the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
All righty, bye bye.
All right, since your fanfare is gone now, that's great to hear your constituents call in. That's so dope, and I appreciate Miss Golson for calling in. We love her so much. We love her so much. She's a beautiful young lady. Last question, Sonya. In the last couple minutes, talk to District 7. Tell District 7 why they should elect Sonya McKinstry.
I think that, I know that we have great opportunities coming our way, and we have opportunities that we've been waiting for a long time. We've been waiting to see what's going to happen to McFarland Mall. It's coming down next week. So that's going to be wonderful for everybody in the district to see. And not only is it coming down, but it's going to give us an opportunity that's going to transition not only our district, but the whole city and the whole state, because a top of the chart sports facility have been added to this team. So you're talking about the best in the country is what they're going for. And so the participation that is going to be required, let's not let anybody fool us out of the opportunity of growth and the opportunity of advancement that is due for our district. Our district sits in an opportunity zone, and an opportunity zone allows you to have different types of investments, and it's going to open up the gap of opportunities in other areas as well. So we need to not try to kill opportunity that's coming our way, because it's coming. And this is going to create jobs. It's going to give people, those people who say you have a dance squad business and you have nowhere to house that business. These are going to be little different areas where you can have hubs to teach your classes and different things like that. So the sky's the limit. We're still taking community input, and you're talking about private dollars as well as city participation. And another thing that I think is important is there's a lot of things in the city that I think we need to fix, from our pay plan, from our employees that need, I'm talking about the Indians, the boots on the ground, the ones that's really making the wheels go around, picking up your garbage. I think we really need to take care of them better. They need to be compensated. And, they're out here on the front lines in the midst of COVID, still picking up our garbage, and they've endured COVID. We need to continue to get behind our police department, make sure they have true diversity training, and make sure that they're able to keep us protected, and we keep them protected. We also have a lot of codes that need to be changed, like people who want speed tables, and those codes don't apply. So all those different things, I feel like we need to put more teeth into our code enforcement and take some of the extra teeth that we have out that requires people for a speed table. We need to really do all those different things and continue to revitalize our areas.
Well, that's so awesome. Thank you, Ms. McKinstry, for giving your time to the Kitchen Table Conversation tonight. We appreciate all you do in the city. And just to let you know, regardless of how the whole election turns out, that we love you, we support you, and we look forward to working with you in the future, no matter how everything turns. I don't endorse nobody.
That's okay. Hey, March 2nd, go to the polls, vote for proven leadership. Proven leadership. We're taking our district to the next level. We're already there. Just sit back, buckle your seatbelts, and watch us take off. March 2nd, vote Sonya McKinstry.
March 2nd, vote, guys. Vote for your political candidate of your choice.
How you gonna take my end?
No, my bad. Go ahead and end it. Go ahead and end it. I cut you
March
off.
2nd, vote Sonya McKinstry. That's right.
Bye,
Rodney.
Hey, guys, that was Sonya McKinstry, District 7 candidate, City Council right here in the city of Tuscaloosa. Make sure March 2nd you go vote, guys. Go vote, regardless who you vote for, regardless of your political affiliation or ideology. We need you to go vote. Vote for betterment of the city. Vote for the city as a whole, not just the betterment of your district, but the city as a whole. All right, guys. Listen, before we bring on our next person, you know it costs to have this show. It costs for us to do all the stuff that we do. It costs us for move, location. And we just ask you to support us. Just hit the Cash App. No donations too small, no donations too large. Hit the Cash App, and transparency wise, none of this stuff goes in our pockets. None of this stuff goes in my pocket. It goes all to our editors, to our camera system, mics, computers, all kind of stuff, and the little research and stuff we have to do. So we're not making anything off this show. I do it because I love it, but we do need a little support every now and then. All right, guys. So our next candidate coming on is a newcomer to the political arena. She's a mom. She's she works with seniors and all that kind of good stuff, but I'd let her do all that. So our next candidate that's coming on for District 1 City Council is Miss Q Chandler. Hey, Q, how you doing?
Hey, Rodney, how are you?
Oh, I'm great, Q. I'm great. I'm a little tired. I gotta give me a Red Bull, and I'm gonna have to hit the road. I'm a little tired, but hey, all is well. All is well. It's good to see you this evening.
Good to see you too. I'm glad you took a break. I saw where you were contemplating coming back, so make sure you're safe. Be careful.
Thank you. I got my little road dog over here. He gonna keep me woke, I guess, for probably the next 5 miles. Well, the first 5 miles, then he gonna be sleeping in the back. So
pretty much.
I know it's time well spent. You got the babies and stuff, so we're gonna jump right into it. First question is, who is Q Chandler? For the ones that don't know you, the ones that might just not hearing of you, let everybody know who Q Chandler is.
Okay. For those, I'm no stranger to the community, but for those who don't actually know who I am, my name is Q Chandler, and I live here in Tuscaloosa, District 1, West Tuscaloosa. I've been a champion here for over a decade. I have 3 exceptional children who are part of the Tuscaloosa City School Systems, and I professionally work as a senior care coordinator, not exactly in the district, but our sister neighbor at the McDonough Hughes Center. I'm the senior care coordinator with the senior citizens. I teach chair exercises and we do social events. I'm extremely proud about that program. We started from about 20 senior citizens about 5 years ago, and I've been able to grow that program from 20 senior citizens to about 100 every Monday and Wednesday. We haven't been able to meet because of COVID, but everyone seemed to be doing okay, but I really miss them. I'm also the child care partner for Family Guidance Center of Alabama. So I serve 4 different counties. That's Tuscaloosa, Hale, Perry, and Bibb. And what I do, basically, I work with families, grandparents, aunts, and uncles who provide resources in child care for children 0 to 12 years old. So I'm always in the community. I'm always working. Not only do I live here in West Tuscaloosa, but I also work here. I'm really not new to community outreach and being a champion. I'm just really ready to see District 1, West Tuscaloosa, move forward. So anything else?
Oh, yeah. Q, you really have been out there. We have been noticing what you're doing from doing when we did our programs at McDonough Hughes Center. You would come in with the seniors and do that. You work, I think, at the library at some point in time with the students in the reading program. You got that girls reading rocks. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that all up, but yeah.
Well, can I tell you about it?
Go ahead. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So it's actually called the Girl Power Book Club. So I was able to establish that about 2 years ago. I was really concerned about, girls of color seeing themselves in stories. And like I mentioned, when I was interviewed, a lot of times children don't necessarily see themselves in stories. So they don't actually kind of feel like they can be successful. Growing up, we always read stories about slave narratives or just people that don't look like us. And it's important that we empower, our children and promote and make them excited about reading. So I was able to do that at MLK and also Oakdale Elementary School. So the girls would get a book every month. We would meet. We would have story time. They were actually able to take those books home through people like you supporting. And it was just so awesome, Rodney. I'm really, really proud that we were able to get that off the ground. So that's one of my biggest accomplishments as a community advocate and a private citizen. So
that program was awesome. And I know some of our students that was at MLK and Oakdale participated in that program, and they loved it. And shouts out to you for doing that for our students. Now, what are your some people would say, why she coming and why she running and all that? So what are some of your accomplishments to date to prepare you, or what's your mindset going into, how about that's even better? What's your mindset going into preparing yourself for the District 1 City Council person?
Awesome. About 4 years ago, I ran for school board. Really, really close race, had never ran for office. And in fact, I always told people I don't like to be called a politician. So I only lost about a handful of votes, ran for school board, really, really close race. And I knew 4 years ago, after I, wasn't successful, I kind of studied the district. I went out there, listened to constituents and did things to move the district forward, whether it was through cleanup days. I was able to partner with Mrs. Odom, just really troubled by litter and blight in our community. And my grandmother always taught me, when you see there's a need, you do something about it. So we were able to, I like to say we, because it's not really about me. We were able to clean up our district, and it's still going strong. I wasn't able to participate a couple of months ago, but I'm really excited that we were able to get that done. We're still in the middle of a pandemic. I want to talk about this. We're still in the middle of a pandemic, and there were a lot of food drives going on in the community. People were able to go to churches and pick up food boxes and things of that nature. But just me being a mother, raising my kids, I know how hard it is to struggle to juggle all those other challenges, whether it's, getting supplies. And I thought, like, hey, well, people, they have food, and it's awesome that they're providing this opportunity to give back. But people still need soap. People still need masks. They need hand sanitizer. So we were able to raise over $5,000 to provide families with those protective gear. And that's what it's all about, Rodney. At some point, and this is just Q talking, at some point, being a leader and just caring about your community, it's more than just rhetoric. For me, it's action. And if I'm able to do this as a mother, working, 2 jobs to make sure my family is well taken care of, and being able to give back to my community as a private citizen, why wouldn't I take, the opportunity to step out there and have the urgency to move our district forward? That's what District 1 needs. That's what District 1 deserves. And it's time out. We can do better when it comes to District 1. So that's what I believe, Rodney. Just some of those accomplishments, more than just talking, actually doing more of the work. And, we're limited doing that. I feel like I'm limited doing that as a private citizen. There's only so much that you can do. But I didn't give up, so just being out there.
Yeah, that's great. You really, you really been on the battlefield. Now we got a question from the Peanut Gallery. It says, what are your plans for strengthening neighborhoods in District 1 and getting communities in the district to engage?
Right. So improving our education, whether it's through parental involvement, providing the space and opportunities for people to come and actually be heard, and come up with ideas to move education. We talked about the demolition of properties, the city enforcing more codes, and really just educating people on the importance of keeping our communities and our neighborhoods clean. That's a part of neighborhood revitalization. Straightening the sidewalks, getting rid of, buildings that aren't necessarily conducive to moving our district forward. Also just improving public safety, lights. There's so many different minor issues, foundational issues that should be addressed. So just in a nutshell, neighborhood revitalization will be one, just to answer that question.
Okay, neighborhood revitalization. Of course, we need to bring District 1, can you tell us where District 1 is, since you're the first one from the second one, Ms. Walden, but tell us what District 1.
So you want me to just name a couple of neighborhoods? And
name a couple of neighborhoods so we know, and our voting polling station in District 1.
So we don't vote at Stillman. So just to put that out there, FYI, we vote at the TDOT building on March 2nd. So I saw some miscommunication out there. So it's the TDOT building. But what's District 1 neighborhoods to kind of think of: Washington Square, Royal Pine, Lincoln Park, Pinehurst, the Historic District, West End, Greenview, McKinstry Court, where else? Johnson Road, Joe Malisham, Foster Ferries Road. You have Springer. You have College Hill, Oakdale. District 1 is a pretty big district. The lines did change about 4 to 6 years ago. But that's pretty much the majority of District 1.
Mm-hmm. Now, District 1, you said all those areas, the country club area, all that's District 1. Now, we had a lot of hot button issues when it comes to Elevate and improvements or the gentrification. A lot of people would say it's happening in that district. Can you speak to what you're seeing that's happening in District 1 with Elevate, or how what would you see with District 1 Elevate plans?
Yeah, well, you and I know that Elevate is already here. They've already moved some projects forward. But I would just like to answer is simple, where Elevate, aligns with public input, specifically from District 1. I can support that. But if it doesn't, I definitely believe it should be revisited. I was able to participate in several Elevate planning sessions. And Rodney, I have to be honest and transparent. I do not recall residents or constituents having, funds being reduced at the McDonough Hughes Center as a hot topic. So I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned about programs like that being removed and replaced. I don't remember, people in my community saying we want a 4-lane highway. I don't remember those conversations. The community we were involved. I do remember, speaking and hearing constituents say, hey, we need to clean up our district. You have senior citizens that are taking care of their grandchildren, and some of them don't have transportation. So think about, a senior citizen walking on a broken up sidewalk. That's a public safety issue. Or, traveling back home by foot and the lighting is poor. Having just one grocery store in our community, having dilapidated buildings and, not enough resources to actually address the needs of poverty. And I do remember one of the candidates saying, Rodney, the difference between poverty and being poor. You can be in poverty and not be poor. And I can say that being a single mother raising 3 children. Just because we live in poverty, living in poverty is more than just being poor. If you're working 2 and 3 jobs to take care of your children because people are underemployed and they don't have jobs right there in their community, if you're struggling with, having decent education for your children, all of that is surrounded by poverty. So until we start addressing those underlying issues with addressing poverty, that's the majority of West Tuscaloosa, people are living in poverty, it's kind of hard to imagine Tuscaloosa as a whole moving forward. We have to address all of the needs when it comes to Tuscaloosa, not just certain areas, Rodney. That's what I believe.
It seems like now in Tuscaloosa, we have more working poor than middle class.
Right.
In
Absolutely.
a lot of our areas. So we got one more last question for the Peter Glad before we close it out with time well spent, and it's time to wrap it up. So last question, how will you build bridges with your fellow council members in order to get things done? It takes 4 votes. So how would you bridge these issues? Because we've seen a lot of that in past where we had, everybody not on the same page, but we got to really work together. So how would you build bridges across both sides of the aisle, if I can say that, across districts? How about that?
Yeah. For one, I really feel like it's all about people having an open mind and having communication and always thinking every decision that elected official or adults make will always affect the lives of children. So if we're not making investments or coming up with ideas that's going to improve the quality of life for everyone, what are we doing? I believe in people working together. I believe in people leading by listening. And for such a long time, people, not only in my district, but I can speak for my district, but I can also speak for Tuscaloosa. The people in Tuscaloosa, and especially District 1, are not being heard. They're not being heard. And I'm not saying this because I read it in a book. I'm not saying this because I've studied this. These are the things that constituents are saying, not something that I, just came here and just thought of. People are concerned. People want to be heard, and the investments will reflect if they're being heard or not.
You are absolutely right. Investments in our city and in areas of our city,
right,
only move forward if our citizens are engaged and their voices are being heard. And your voice had to be loud. I watched the Black Panther movie the other night, the Messiah, and I can't think of the name of it. And they said sometimes the only way you can be heard is through violence. Now I'm not saying violence. I'm going to twist that. The only time you're going to get heard is if you talk and talk loud. So we have to be heard when it comes to our city council members and our mayor and stuff to get those investments in our community. Now, Ms. George, I'm not overlooking your question, but I'm gonna pin your question because we're gonna ask that question Monday. Monday we have our mayor on it, and her question was, you can go back and look at it. It was saying the headquarters is the oldest project in the city. Why hasn't it been rebuilt? And will it? Who will push for that? And will you push for that? I know you can say yeah. So I can only imagine what those people are breathing and drinking in the area. So we're gonna say that question for the mayor and the mayoral candidates. That's a good one. And I know Q, I answered for she gonna push for it. Yeah, push for it. I know she will.
You know me.
If she don't, she gonna
hold me accountable.
Yeah, hold you accountable. Now with the last few minutes, Judas and the Black Messiah. I'm sorry, I butchered that name. So if you're watching, whoever invented that movie, it's a great movie. And I know they watched the show. But anyway, with the last couple minutes, Q, because I know you got to go get those babies ready for school and all that kind of stuff. Tell District 1, talk to District 1, talk to them seniors and them students over at Stillman, talk to those them young adults and those single mothers and those working fathers and the working poor in the district, and tell them why they should vote for Q Chandler.
For one, I believe people should look at action. For such a long time, District 1 has gone unheard, and not only just in certain areas, but several areas in District 1. And I believe District 1 deserves a leader who's lived here, who's worked here, who's raising children and know the challenges, who knows what it's like to struggle to find affordable housing, who knows what it's like to make sure their children have a decent education, one who listens, one who will actually get out there and do the work and help move our district forward. We all know that we can do better when it comes to District 1. I've done the work. This is not a game for me. I fight hard, not only for my family, but I've been fighting for such a long time for District 1. I'm not interested in, any type of underlining agenda. This is about the people. And it's about putting our people first and making sure we focus on that. And that should always be a focus. We have so many different opportunity zones here in West Tuscaloosa, but we gotta just do the simple things: clean our district up, keep our people informed, put up lights, do public safety, and clean up the streets, and educate people and invest in our youth. And that's what it's all about. You know, I don't have a bunch of fancy words, and I don't have all that. I can just be cute, and that's what I know. People deserve more, and people want to be heard. And I will bring that urgency to City Council. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about it.
Well, thank you, Ms. Chandler. We appreciate you coming on and giving your time this evening to wrap a taste with us on the kitchen table conversation. And like I always say, regardless of how this election goes, please continue to work and be on the forefront, be a soldier out here for our people. We need you and more like you and more like you and more like you out here fighting not only for our students, but for our seniors and our young adults and single mothers and working poor. We need more of Q Chandler and more of everybody, but we need more of Q Chandler. And we thank you so much.
Thank you, Rodney. Look, thank you for this opportunity. I know you've been working hard, traveling, COVID, pandemic, all of this stuff, but thank you for this opportunity. You don't have to do this, so salute.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you. It's Q Chandler, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
All right, guys. Oh man, I cut off. I'm sorry, Q. I know you still listening. I'm so sorry I cut you off. But guys, listen, we had a lot of candidates on. We got a few more days to go. Go out and vote March the 2nd in the city of Tuscaloosa municipal election. You got the city council and school board. All seats are up. All seats are not contested. But hey, the ones that contested, guys, get out and make your vote count. That same energy we had in November to dump the Trump, we need your butt to go back to the polls on March the 2nd and take that same energy with you and vote for the best candidate. Don't vote for your friends. Like I always said, don't vote for your friends. Vote for your future, because your vote can change the dynamic of the city. Listen, Sunday. Well, Sunday, if you live in the city of Tuscaloosa and you want to represent your community on a special show that we're going to have, we're letting the citizens talk now instead of the candidates, and all had their formers, and we still got a few more to go. They had their time to shine and talk and all that good stuff about what they're going to do and all that stuff. So now we're giving the citizens the opportunity to talk about what you want to see. So if you want to be a part of it, if you live in either one of the districts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7, and you want to participate in this, we're only going to do like 8 people. So hit my inbox and let us know you want to be a part of it. We'll get you linked in to the link, and we'll bring you on. It's going to 8 o'clock Sunday night. You got the opportunity to talk. We send an email to all the political candidates, and hopefully they're going to be sitting and watching this live on Facebook. And I know they're going to be sitting and watching, because they're going to still be talking about it next week, because they're going to want to have some talking points. So now you got an opportunity to say, hey, this is what I want to see in Royal Pines. This is what that's in the city. Okay, this is what I want to see in District 1. This is what I want to see in District 2, District 3, District 4, District 5. This is how I feel about this. This is how I feel about that. We need streetlights. We need this. We need it. So now it's your opportunity to talk. So if you want to be a part of that, hit my inbox on Facebook, and we can get you linked in and that. We're going to take the first 8 or 9 people, 7 to 8 people, and we're going to get you on, and we're going to go live 8 o'clock Sunday night. So hit my inbox. First 8, we're going to get you plugged in. It's a lot of interest going. A lot of the candidates loving it, and they want to hear it. They want to hear from you, because we always hear from them, but they don't never really hear from you. So there's an opportunity to hear from you. Monday night, we got the mayoral candidates, guys. This going to be good, and we ain't gonna play nice. We've been playing nice with everybody else. We ain't gonna play nice Monday night. We got Mayor Maddox, the incumbent mayor. We got Dr. Fontenberry. She lives in District 1, I think. And we got Martin Houston. I think he lives in District 3. So tune in Monday night, 8 o'clock. We're gonna have these people in. It's gonna be an hour-and-a-half show. We're gonna have all the mayoral candidates on Monday night, 8 o'clock. And we get you. Listen, last thing, guys, we need your help. Support it. No donation is too small. No donation is too big. We're going to add a PayPal and Venmo and all that kind of stuff coming in the future. I just got to be able to sit down somewhere at some point in time and get it done, because I'm still in school and all that kind of good stuff. So Support it if you love the show, you love the content, you love what we put out in education and importance and education stuff and all the information, education and information. That's what I meant to say. Education and information to our community. Hey, support it. Hit that Cash App. No donations too small, no donations too large. Look, thank y'all for coming on. We'll see you Sunday night with another kitchen table conversation. Salute our people that came on. Remember, Sunday night, the people gonna be talking. Monday night, we got the mayoral candidates on 8 o'clock Sunday, 8 o'clock Monday. We'll see you guys later. Peace and hair grease.